Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Mr. Z and Fifth. I'm your host, Zaccheus, and my another host out there, Fifth General.
Yeah,
Yo, Fifth General, how you doing today?
good man. Let's get into it. Interesting week, last weekend, whatever. Um, on a sad note, but also on a good note, memorialized Kobe Bryant and Gigi, and also peace and blessings and respects to the families who um also lost their families in the helicopter crash with Kobe and
Yeah,
Gianna, and Tyson Fury, Wilder, part two.
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk about. You wanted to talk about the memorial for Kobe and Gigi, man.
Yeah, I was able to catch it. I knew it was coming on the 24th, but I was able to catch it on YouTube. So I caught a lot. I caught Michael Jordan's speech on
Yeah,
Kobe.
right.
And it was something, man. I mean, it was very emotional, a very touching
Yeah,
speech
yeah,
because he just looked at Kobe as a younger brother. He brought him up as a younger brother,
yeah,
and how he mentioned about Kobe was able to text him and reach him and ask him questions at 2 o'clock in the morning and
mm-hmm.
3 o'clock in the morning. He just called him and asked him questions about basketball, and then Kobe mentioned his daughter to him, and then after that, they were just he was just embrace Kobe as a little brother,
Yeah,
a little brother that he never had, and I really admire Michael Jordan for that, man, because he reached out to Kobe and he was able to. We never seen that side of Michael like that,
no,
the sensitive side and the sensitive side, meaning that he was able to. I didn't know that him and Kobe was close like that. I didn't know,
mm-hmm.
but now as you can see it, they're really close. And then as the service went on, I seen Vanessa, his wife, speak on it. It was so warm. It's so touching, man. Because I mean, you see her saying that her and Kobe will not be able to grow old together. She won't be able to walk Gigi down the aisle if Gigi gets married. She and Kobe won't be able to grow old together. That was so touching, man.
Yeah, that's sad.
For real. For real. I mean, you see some of the celebs that were sitting in the audience, even they were feeling it too, because I see Shaq was feeling it, and then LeBron James, and then they showed Jennifer Lopez and A Rod. It was, oh man, it was such a touching memorial. It really was, man. I got to see Shaq spoke some a few warm words, and then what's the guy name? It's a guy that went up there and he spoke on behalf of Kobe, saying that Kobe was able to text him over about his son. Yeah, he texted him every night about his son, asking how his son is doing when his son was sick. These are the things that people remember you by, how you touch people, how you reach out to people, how you made a difference, Fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was able to caught like different parts of it, catch like little parts of it, although it was still busy, but I wanted to check it out and to see it.
yeah.
I'm glad they did in the Staple. It was all the way in LA in the Staple Center. So I'm glad they was able to.
Was it in the Staples Center or the Forum?
I heard the Staples Center.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I was really happy that they was able to do that.
Right.
To remember him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Did you get a? Was you able to get a little bit of it, or
I was able to see a part of it where what's her name? She played for the WNBA. She played for one of the Phoenix teams, or at least she once did.
Oh, she did. Yeah.
One of the women from the WNBA. Also, one particular woman, I guess, got up there and she spoke and she talked about how, she had text Kobe and didn't get a response from Kobe, and she just wished she can get a response. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be that no more, you know. She talked about the last text message she sent him. So, you know,
Yeah, man.
that's just pretty sad, man.
Yeah, then Beyonce did a number up there, man. She sung the song that her and Vanessa, that Kobe and Vanessa liked, but also she sung the song called Halo,
Yeah.
which I think is a classic. That song is gonna be a classic song for Beyonce. Halo.
Yeah.
Some songs are timeless, and I think that's one of the songs for her that's timeless. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then they got Alicia Keys with a number, classical number. Whenever she played a classical number up there.
What she play?
Yeah.
What she play?
Yeah, man, and
No, what
she
play?
That was just
Zaccheus, what she play? Because I don't know. What did Alicia Keys play?
she played something from like a Beethoven, like a classical piece from Beethoven. It was no words to the piece. It was just classical music. No classical music without the words. That's what she did. She played this a classical piano. She's a pianist, so she played a classical piece.
Good.
You know, and it was dedicated to Kobe and Gigi. You know, and it's
good. You don't always see.
Man,
you don't always get a chance to see that side of. Okay, you always know. Okay,
yeah,
you always know that Alicia is a pianist.
Yeah,
but you don't always get to see her play renditions of classical music. You don't always get that chance. So I think that was probably unique in its sense, you know, to get that from her. Because, you know, without the singing, she's still an instrument player.
Yeah.
And that I think that's very touching and selfless of her to perform something that's not hers. Just for a tribute to them.
Yeah, which is
very selfless. Selfless.
Yeah.
Right. Jordan had a joke though. I mean, you know, which was pretty cool. He was like, you know, now there's gonna be memes of me crying. You know, Kobe would always send me memes, the crying meme at his the popular one that Jordan's known for, his Hall of Fame speech where he's crying and they always got the memes of him. So he was like, yeah, he said, now that I'm crying, I'm going to be in some new Jordan memes now, you know. So he was able to make a little joke right there. I thought that was pretty nice and positive. So shout out.
I cannot believe.
Yeah.
Is it Charles Barkley?
What happened? What'd he do, man?
Man, this man sat down and said that he will be always known for being a rapist. I'm like, yo, he need to...
Wait, hold on. Okay, we got to be careful about that. He said this when?
This was weeks ago.
You talking about when he said he'll be known for that that accusal, or known for being convicted, because he was never convicted.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We just got to make sure we make that clear, because we don't want no problems.
I can't believe it, man. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say rapist, but I mean, I think that's what he said. I think few people have been uttering out that wanna mess up his legacy and mash up his legacy, and that's not right. God don't like ugly, you know. So
sure don't.
Well, God don't like ugly.
Well, you know, in response to the Kobe we're talking about, you know, Snoop Dogg. I wasn't even gonna bring this up, but I am now. Snoop Dogg was on Jada Pickett's Red Table Talk, and Jada reached like no other. I mean, she reached like Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four. She said that being that Snoop had his dispute with Gayle, she said that she felt offended and that it was like taking away her freedom to speak and taking away her mother's and her daughter's. So she sympathized and empathized with Gayle. But I wondered if she sympathized and empathized with Vanessa Bryant. Yeah, I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you cry for him? No. So then
Exactly.
my thing is this. We have to be very careful of trying to put our name in stuff that our name is not in. I knew exactly what Snoop was doing when he was talking to Gayle King. He was trying to hold her, just her, and Oprah accountable for down-talking black folks in the media. Not just Kobe.
Exactly.
Not just Kobe. The Kobe thing was the straw that broke the camel's back because Kobe can't respond. See, you could see
right.
R. Kelly's still alive. He can still defend himself. So is Bill Cosby for now. But you're going at somebody who died, but then you got Harvey Weinstein up there. So my whole thing is, Jada, don't now leave that open. And then have Gayle on the show on Red Table Talk and hold her accountable for what she said. If you're going to hold Snoop accountable for what he said to Gayle.
Right.
You know, you felt that he went too far. Okay, I'll give you that if you felt that he went too far. But do you think he was wrong? He had to say something, man. We're not going to have people out here down talking this, especially people who look just like us. Enough is enough because a lot of times we've been giving people who look like us passes and letting them go off easy because they say something about us. No, we're going to have the same energy that we have with you, the same energy we have with those who don't look like us who say racist stuff. Okay? We're going to have that same energy. We holding everybody accountable, not just people who not just suspected white supremacists and blatant white supremacists, okay, and those who co-opt with white supremacy who are not white. You know, well, actually, the point that I'm saying is, okay, well, yeah, because those who look like us who speak on the behalf of white supremacy are co-opted. So yeah, we're gonna hold everybody accountable. You know. She basically took what he said out of context and did that. I don't like that. Zaccheus, what do you think about that, man?
Okay, Gayle King she claimed to be remorseful. You know, and okay. But I still say this. I still say that you can control what you say. The media give you the platform. But you have the power. Once the mic is in your hand, you have the power to speak. You have the power to speak. Now, Snoop Dogg was, he was sorry for what he said. He didn't mean those things, but out of frustration and anger, he expressed himself in a way. Even Bootsy, hip hop artist from LA, expressed himself from Louisiana.
Yeah, you talking about Lil Boozy.
Lee Boozy, he expressed himself in a way. They're angry because you know what it is? We're getting tired of our owners beating us up in the media.
Yeah,
and like what Boosie said, stop trying to get rich off of beating us up. Yeah, verbally trying to assassinate us, or verbally trying to destroy our legacy, and trying to get rich off of that. Now, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that he said to please your white counterparts. Be careful of pleasing the white counterparts. Be careful of that. Be careful, because those are the same ones can turn around against you. Be careful of pleasing the white counterparts. White supremacy, I would say. To be more specific,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to be more specific. So be careful, just so you can please and appease them. Right. So be careful of how you. Well,
then I just want
use our name
exactly, and I want Jada to acknowledge the uncomfortability and how vulnerable Lisa Leslie might have felt in that interview with the questions that she asked. I just hope that Jada could also sympathize and empathize with her. Here's the problem. We as men are always told that we're accused of always being biased, but we're always confronted and told that we shouldn't be biased. So what good does it do if a woman does it? I'm all for women being for themselves and women empowerment and civil rights. I'm for that. But I'm also for women holding each other accountable. See, there's not enough of that going on.
No.
That's not popular. You know, there's always a voice of a man. Well, at least the men that I respect, that we hold each other accountable. But the voice for women holding each other accountable is a very small voice. And that is disrespectful to women. So, you know, that's all I want to say. I hope she empathized, and I won't say sympathize, but I hope she empathized with Lisa Leslie, because Lisa Leslie was, I mean, you know, she was uncomfortable in that interview, man. You know, she's sitting there mourning her friend, and trying to defend her friend.
Yes.
And then Gil's on some bull crap, man.
Yeah.
And then trying to belittle her answer by saying, well, you know, you probably can't even answer that right because you down with him. Okay, well then, Gail, you can't say anything about Harvey Weinstein because of your emotional attachment, and that's why you refuse to say anything. So you wouldn't like it if we said that to you. But we all know that's the truth. Until I see otherwise.
Exactly.
I have to assume that's why Gail and Oprah haven't said anything. And if that's the case, Gail and Oprah should shut the heck up forever.
Forever. All right.
If you're not gonna be true to the game and hold those and hold your close ones accountable, the same energy that you have for everybody else, then shut the heck up forever. All right. Exactly. Let's get into this fight. Let's get into Wilder and Fury. This is the first time I've talked about boxing on this show. I'm actually going to be very excited to do that because, you know, every now and then we get to talk about sports on the round circle, even though we talk about music most of the time. Yeah. But I also grew up watching boxing as a young kid. And I've studied boxing for years. I may not be a connoisseur in the sense that I could talk about it like an analyst, but I can give my review of somebody who grew up watching Mike Tyson in his prime, Evander Holyfield in his prime, watching Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr., young Mayweather to the old Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Zab Judah. The list goes. You know, Lennox Lewis. The list. Right. Macho Camacho. Now I ain't really get a chance to see Macho Camacho like that. But you know, watching the modern day cats today and some of the guys that I watched when I was in my young single age. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I grew up the watching
single digits. Go ahead, Zaccheus.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah,
I grew up watching Sugar Ray and Roberto Duran. That's what I grew up watching. I grew up watching. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
When I seen Marvelous Marvin Hagler fight and Thomas Hearns fight, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a classic fight. I saw a highlight. Yeah, I saw that footage obviously later. But
then I grew up in the Mike Tyson era too. You know?
Yeah, you was able to see young Mike, Iron Mike.
Yeah. I grew up around that time too. So you know, and I think this is my take. I think the Muhammad Ali was before my time.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of footage. That was before our time, but we've seen a lot of footage on it.
Well, you was able to see old Foreman because Foreman still boxed.
He did, yeah.
So you was able to see the old, and then me and you,
Holmes.
Right? And then I was able to see when I was a young kid. I was able to see Riddick Bowe. I was able to see him. I was young, but I was able to see him. I was able to see the popular, famous classic fight between Evander and Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Holyfield and Tyson.
Oh yeah, I remember that. 97. Yes.
So I was able to see. Both of those fights because they fought twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then Tyson and Lennox and you know and then just Roy Jones Jr. when he was coming up and
Yeah, and then the Mayweather's.
Mayweather's era. I got to see Mayweather's era, Zab Judah's time. But anyway, let me get to the point. So Wilder, we're talking about somebody who just got his first loss after 40-something fights. Okay.
Yeah.
He fought Tyson.
Crazy.
He fought Tyson Fury the first time. It ended in a draw. So Wilder was able to retain his belt. This fight. Okay, he didn't look the same. For those who saw the first fight and saw this one, he just didn't look the same. His energy was not even there when the match started. His body language was not good.
Yeah.
Before the fight, when he was in the dressing room, and once he got in the ring, he just didn't have that same poise and energy that he had in the first fight. That man wanted it in the first fight, but in this one, his balance was off.
He looked out of it.
His footwork was just stiff. His punches were slow, and this was before he caught any contact. Yo, man, Zaccheus, man, what was your take on that start? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like it was pressure? Do you think, okay, other than it just being physical, because we saw what happened physically in that fight, and we'll get to more of that. Do you think it was also something emotionally and mentally going on with him in that fight?
Okay, well, this is I seen Deontay too, and I said to myself, this is when he first came out, the first round, when he first came out to face Fury.
Yeah,
I said, wait a minute, this guy usually has jolted energy. He usually come out swinging and trying to. He usually comes out like swinging hard. Because remember, he's a knockout kind of guy. You know,
he's usually the aggressor.
He's more of a knockout kind of a fighter. He's not like I feel like a technical fighter.
Right.
He's more of a knockout fighter.
He's more of a one. You know? Right. He's looking for that big hit fighter. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. He's more of a technical knockout. He's not a technical fighter. He's more of a knockout fighter. Like he wants to just knock you out and just get it over with.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have that.
Nope.
Something was on his mind. I think something was on his mind, because if you look at his face, he was not there. It's like Deontay Wilder was not there that day.
Mm-hmm.
He was not there. He was backing up. I'm like, why is he running?
Yeah.
As you can see, as Fury stepped to him, he was backing up.
Mm-hmm.
He was backing up. And I know that Deontay had the power to take it to Fury. And he has it. Because Fury, be honest.
Yeah.
Fury is he's an okay fighter, but he's not heavyweight material.
Compared to what we have seen before him.
Exactly.
He's not.
What I believe. I believe Anthony Joshua.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna put it out there. But anyway.
Hey, say that again, because the audio cut off. What'd you say about Anthony Joshua?
Anthony Joshua could take it to him.
To Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. I think if he gets his energy up and gets even the dude that even Ruiz, I think.
I think Ruiz could take it to. I think Ruiz could take it to Tyson too. Yes.
Yeah. So to me, Deontay, he in a way, his mind was not there. His mind was not there. I'm telling you, man. It reminds. When I see this fight, when I look at a heavyweight bout, when I see this fight reminds me when Tyson lost to Red Bull. Tyson's mind was not there.
Yeah.
Same thing with this one.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder could have taken Tyson Fury, but his mind wasn't there. As you can see, he's backing up. Every time when Fury steps closer to him, he's backing up. I'm like, why is he running? Why does he look like he's stepping away?
Well, there was a couple of times people missed this though. There were a couple of times where Tyson was stepping on Wilder's foot. So some of those fall downs were trips, and then yes, there's knockdowns. There's legit knockdowns. I'm not going to say there isn't. But before we get to that, Wilder said Wilder gained weight for this fight. So did Tyson. But Wilder gained weight that he's usually not used to. And for those who are familiar with boxing and weight really matters as far as your mobility and your power. If the weight that you're putting on is too much for your mobility, then your punches and your movement will become slower. Also, it takes more endurance and energy and oxygen for you to move around weight that you're not used to. And I think people can relate to that, because if anybody out there was once overweight and then they lost a whole bunch of weight, and the same thing that used to do to get them huffing and puffing don't anymore, that's because you don't have that same weight anymore. That's why.
Right.
So this is why boxers have to be very careful on late weightlifting and the type of exercises that they do that put on too much bulk, because it can slow their punches down. You know,
I think that's what happened to Anthony Joshua. Was too much bulk with him.
That's what happened to him that's what happened to him in the first fight with Ruiz. Facts.
Yeah, it's too much bulk.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, wow, you're not you're boxing, you're not bodybuilding.
Well, exactly. Well, he was doing that against a fighter who has quick hands.
Yeah.
And what did he do in the rematch? He lost weight. He lost about 20 pounds.
Yeah.
You significantly, he cut weight. So you saw his significant weight drop off from the second fight. Wilder was a little slimmer in the first fight. This is why he was able to be as mobile as he was in the first one. In the second one, he just looked more sluggish. There was just a lot going on.
It looked like he was out of it already. As soon as he stepped in the ring, I said, this brother's out of it, man. He just ain't got it. And the first round, the second round, I'm like, wait a minute. He's not picking up. He was consistent with his sluggishness.
Mm-hmm. Also, and you know Zaccheus, conditioning, because you ran track. You know, I played football very young age and played basketball very young age in junior high school. Not high school, but I know that conditioning is important in a sport like this. You have to have your endurance, and you know you're tired when you start breathing out of your mouth. You can't even breathe out your nose no more. Now, you saw that in that fight with Wilder, right? You saw that. He was breathing. He was in the second round. It looked like he was breathing out of his mouth.
He kept on hugging, dude.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They were both hugging each other, but I will say this.
Yeah.
Fury is more of Fury knows how to box, as whereas Wilder knows how to brawl. So it's a little different. It's like he fights, he knows how to fight somebody, but you know, he doesn't know how to. He's not the technical boxer or the scientist in the ring that Mayweather is.
Right.
So some would say, well, maybe his training needs to pick up. Maybe he needs better trainers. Well, he's had the same guy he's had when he first started in Alabama. So I don't know. Maybe he needs to get with Money Team, work out with Floyd's uncle, Floyd Mayweather Sr. I don't know. I mean, you know, Floyd's retired, so I mean, Floyd could always teach him, but I don't know. But I can't say. I can't say what he should do and what he needs. I mean, he can go to the same person who trained De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? Somebody.
Oh yeah.
You know, now I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that his trainer's garbage. That's not what I'm saying. But if he feels that he needs to get some new techniques and lessons, then by all means, his trainer should be doing the best that he can to help him, if that's the relationship that they have. Because as a trainer, understand that you can learn something too, not just the fighter.
Yeah.
But Zaccheus, you ever notice something about Wilder's defense? He doesn't have the defense that he should. And I think that's because he's had so many knockouts. When you've won so much, and I'm sure you're going to speak to this, when you've won so much and you've never lost, you think you have it all, right? It could play out that way, right, Zaccheus?
Yeah. When it just goes back to like
because all legends have, well, maybe not all, But your greatest fighters have at least one loss, except for Floyd. But your greatest fighters have at least one loss. That loss makes them a better fighter. It happened with Ali. It happened with Tyson. It happened with anybody that we could think of.
Yeah, Sugar Ray. Yeah.
Shane Mosley, De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins. They have, Roy Jones.
How about Roy Jones too?
These were people, Antonio Tarver. These are people who are great boxers, but they didn't, but a loss taught them something.
Yeah, well, the loss always teaches you a lesson. It teaches you to, what I need to improve on.
Yes.
What do I need to improve on when I get into the ring again? Because
it happened with Canelo. Remember, Floyd took him to school. A young Canelo took him to school. And Canelo is one of the top fighters in the sport of boxing right now.
Yeah, see,
Canelo Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
So listen. But I know you saw that. Now, do you think? Now, let's get to this because now we have to go through the rounds. So, spitting up blood in the second round, man. Got his lip busted, right? You saw that.
Oh man, yeah.
He got. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, it was just weird to see Fury lick his neck.
Oh God!
Because when he cuddled with the
Jesus
Deontay, he just licked his neck like he wanted to taste blood, and I was like, yo, that is weird.
Well,
man.
He said he wanted blood, and most of that blood that was on Tyson was Wilder's blood from bleeding out of his mouth.
Yeah, it was coming from his ear.
And his ear, right?
I don't know that.
Now we got
eardrum could pop.
Let's get to that punch because that's what I wanted to get to. That was in the third round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That punch to the ear was weird because Wilder swung, and I don't know what the heck he was swinging at, and his body went to the left. That left it open. Sorry. He went to the right. That left himself open for Wilder, for Fury to punch him in the ear. And when he punched him in the ear, he busted his ear. They were trying to figure out if the bleeding was external or internal. Whatever it was, his equilibrium was off from that end. He was done.
Yeah, he was done. Yeah, he was done. He was finished.
Zaccheus, a similar thing happened to Anthony Joshua in the Ruiz fight, the first one, when Ruiz punched Anthony Joshua in his temple and ringed him.
That was weird. Every time I look back at that fight, I would never think a brother like Anthony Joshua would lose a fight like that. It's just it just looks like night and day. The dude, because I guess he was so bulky and so muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody said, "Oh, yeah, Ruiz, you're going down. You're done."
Yeah,
because the way how Anthony Joshua looks, forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't got a chance.
You can't do anything. He couldn't do anything, Anthony Joshua, when his equilibrium was off. And Wilder couldn't do anything either. No matter what you do, if you don't have your legs and you don't have your vision, you can't fight. That's it. You've lost it. You're done. You're not gonna.
Yeah, the body shot
Ali said your hands can't. The hands can't hit what the eyes can't see.
Exactly. Me and Tyson Fury did that body shot and knocked them on the canvas.
Yeah,
man. And knocked Deontay on the canvas, man.
That's the thing. And Wilder got up. What ended the fight was Wilder's camp throwing in the towel. We have to remember that's how this fight. He would have lost the fight anyway on the judges' table because he was losing every round on the scorecard. And Wilder is not a scorecard fighter. He's not. Floyd became that after. Floyd was a knockout artist in the beginning, but he kept breaking his hands. Okay? Specifically his right hand. That's why he trained himself to be southpaw, so he could be an ambidextrous fighter, if I'm saying that word right. So,
Oh.
yeah, that's how. Right. Then when Floyd got into his prime, he became a scorecard fighter. That's why his defense got so much better. Because when he fought Shane Mosley, that's probably the hardest he's ever been hit, Floyd. And that taught Floyd to never be hit. To never be hit. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at a boxer who's never been hit.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? You have to acknowledge that that's a skill. And that's what I feel is lacking in the heavyweight division. We need technical fighters. Yes, we need knockout artists because heavyweight fights are about the knockouts. That is a fact. It's always been about that. But I believe Wilder could be, and I really hope he can come back from this fight. I really do. I think he needs a year off. I need him to take a year off the way he lost, and I'm concerned for his health. He needs to take a year off. He needs to work on some boxing, get his mind together. He needs to develop some better boxing techniques. I believe he still has that potential. He could be a great fighter. From this point on, he can. It's possible.
What about his legs? You think his legs need more like?
Yeah, you mean like he needs more lower body strength in his legs?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
I said he got the legs of an NBA player.
I believe he does, and that's what's okay. That's what's lacking about him. And I'll tell you one thing Tyson had. Tyson had big legs. That's why his uppercuts and his hooks were so powerful because Mike Tyson was taught by a very well a student of the boxing game. He had a great coach. Okay? That man taught Tyson not only to swing with his hands, but to swing with his body. That's why Mike Tyson was so powerful. He was able to, and then Mike Tyson was gifted because he was able to have that weight and that strength and be fast. That's hard to do, okay? But also from a physical standpoint, and Holyfield was built just like this too. Holyfield had big legs. Mike Tyson had big legs. Lennox Lewis, big legs.
Yeah.
So I think Wilder needs to work on not only just his physical strengths and also some of those weaknesses, strengthen those. But I think he also needs to, there's some techniques. I still support the brother, man. I do. I know he's probably feeling like, yo, I'm the butt of everybody's jokes and everybody's turning on me. Not me. I ain't turning on you, but I knew from day one.
Not turning on him.
Look, I knew
not gonna do that.
I knew from day one that there was some things that he lacks, and I just wanted him to get better on that. And I believe as soon as he does, he's going to be unstoppable.
Oh yeah,
and
he might come back. Be a powerful comeback.
Right, he can go back to dominating the heavyweight division. And the heavyweight division is not what it used to be. I mean, sorry, but it's not. This is why Tyson Fury is able to have his name so far in the game like this, because the heavyweight division is, for the most part, the heavyweight division is trash.
No, you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's all about it's character and personality, because I'm gonna be honest with you. There's people walking around that don't know who Deontay Wilder is.
Yeah.
No, I've met a lot of females, a lot of males. Listen, a lot of you see, like Tyson, Muhammad Ali have character that made you want to watch boxing, even if you're not into boxing. They made you watch it.
Word.
Even if you like Mayweather, he made you watch boxing even when you was not into boxing.
Mm-hmm.
People that's not even into boxing know who Floyd Mayweather is. People don't even watch boxing know who he is. But what happened was the heavyweight division is not the same. There's no excitement about it no more.
No,
because I believe this is what I believe that the what kind of fighting? That street fighting they call it TMA. What's the fighting they call it? The and I don't watch the fight. I don't watch the fights. The street fighting, like the MMA fighting, the kickboxing fighting. The kind of took over. Cause people got into that a little bit. And I think with the heavyweight bout, people got into the other divisions because of Floyd Mayweather. They got into the welterweight division. They got into the featherweight, welterweight division because of Floyd Mayweather. They got into different divisions.
Hey, well, you have some that got out of his division to avoid him.
So it's like and when you look at the heavyweight bout today, it's no excitement towards it.
Except for this fight. And that's the thing. This fight was more exciting. And, it
was a rematch.
Exactly. This rematch has had excitement. And
people got to know Deontay Wilder's name.
Right.
Because of this fight.
Well, I just hate the fight went this way. The fight overall was not a good fight because it looked one-sided. Tyson didn't even put on the best performance, in my opinion. He beat him, but Tyson Fury didn't put on his best performance. If this was his best, then I'm disgusted. But
to me, it was not impressive.
It wasn't impressive. It was just one of those fights that just went wrong, and then you were just watching it. You wanted it to end. You were like, "Yo, end this fight, man," because this is just not. It's not looking good. The first one was good. The first fight they had was a better fight to watch. This one,
yeah.
And then when Fury wins, the utmost disrespect, because Fury's from whatever the heck he from, London, whatever.
England, Manchester, England,
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he gonna sing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie" when he won. Now
he said that
he sung it at the end. Not only did he sing the first verse, but he sung the second verse too, and then had the whole crowd singing. Now, how do you come from London to here and sing that song? I'll tell you why. Because he was a white man beating a black champion. So the whole America First thing went out the door. There were no Trump fans in that arena rooting for Deontay Wilder.
No.
And I knew that. I'm not surprised that they stayed around and sung that song with him. Not because the song's a good song and a popular song, but because they're glad to see another white champion again. Not American. It's not. See, when it's about black and white, it's not about American anymore. It's about being white. You get what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's why that happened. So for all those for all you coons out there that think that when they say America First that they're talking about you too, that got proven wrong with how they treated Wilder when he showed up. As soon as he walked out the tunnel, he was getting booed like nobody's business. Getting booed. And he had a tribute to Black History Month because he had Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. I know you saw that. Rosa Parks. His song was about black empowerment. He had a brother out there performing a record, a brother I ain't never even seen before. That song was about black empowerment. So, you know that you knew he was going to get booed just based off of that. Okay?
Yeah.
But I want to give him love and respect for at least acknowledging that by dedicating his match to those before him who fought the way and fought the path for him to be here, and all of us, me and you know what I'm saying, to get as far as we can, even though we still got to fight in this country, but at least paved the way and sacrifice and blood was shed. He was able to pay tribute to that. I have to respect that. You can't name another boxer who did that. Can you?
No.
Exactly. So that's why I'm still rocking with Wilder because of this. You would never in your life in a million years see Floyd Mayweather come out there giving tributes to black folks whose blood was shed for him. You will never see that.
Sure, I wonder if he contributed anything to the black community and to the I will have to look that up to see if he did that.
Oh, you want to know if Floyd has ever gave any money to any black causes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any receipts on that. I would hope so. I mean,
don't know.
There's plenty.
I hope he did that.
I mean, he lives in Vegas. Floyd's from, I think originally he was born in, oh God, I don't know where he was born. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but there's plenty of black folks in Vegas and causes that he could donate for black folks specifically in Vegas. He ain't got to go too far. I don't know if he's done that. So I can't give him any good or bad with that, but I'm just making a point that a fighter of his caliber has never paid homage in the way Deontay Wilder has, and Wilder doesn't even have Floyd's money. That's why I'm saying I respect Wilder, because Wilder could lose it all just like that by standing for that. Hey, remember he had the popular interview when he said his fighting people. Our people been fighting for over 400 years, and we still fight to this day.
And still fighting
to this day.
Deontay Wilder is conscious. He's woke.
Yeah.
He's definitely a woke brother, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's conscious. So we rock with him.
Yeah, we rock with him.
Sure.
We rock with him because he's always he's always going to defend the plight of our people. That's why I rock with him.
And that deserves a lot of respect,
Right.
So yeah.
But what I said definitely has its points about how I think the reason why we've been knowing this since the days of Jack Johnson. Anytime he fought,
oh yeah,
come on now.
Yeah.
It was boxing was always had racist elements when a black boxer fights a white boxer. That's where the racism comes in.
Oh yes, remember what happened?
Paying black fighters to fight each other is one thing. But when it's a black fighter and a white fighter, I mean, hey, we saw that during the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. And not only that, too, I'm going to dig into history a little bit before we leave. I'm going to dig into history.
Please do.
Joe Louis and Max Schmeling.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Joe Louis and this is way before. This is my grandparents, maybe my grandparents' time.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Louis and Max, but actually my grandparents were born around that time. Joe Louis and Max Schmeling.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
When Joe Louis knocked out Max Schmeling, the supremacy up raw, like even in America, they were mad about that.
Yeah.
A black man defeated a German.
Mm-hmm.
And Hitler was so pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Hitler was pissed, and the white supremacy folks over the clan, the white folks over here was some of the white folks over here was uproar, because they wanted the Great White Hope. So, but my conclusion, man. I applaud Deontay Wilder, man, and brother, keep your head up, man. We be rooting for you,
Yeah, we rocking with you because no one else is, and we know what it's like. So, we rocking with you. We know what's gonna happen. We know people are gonna do this. We know how we get treated in the media. So we're not gonna be that media that's gonna beat up on you. We're not gonna do that, and we're not gonna beat up on Tyson Fury either. I have no issue with Tyson Fury winning. The best man won that night. He did.
Yeah.
So I want to say shout outs to him for winning the fight. Now I want to see him. I want to see him fight. He'll probably fight a no-name next, but I definitely want to see a part 3. There's a rematch clause in Wilder's contract. He has to activate it within the next 30 days or something like that to issue a rematch that could happen some time from now. So he deserves that, just like Fury got his rematch. So, we're gonna get we can get a part 3, and I would like to see Tyson Fury fight Andy Ruiz first. If he beats Ruiz, then I want to see him fight Anthony Joshua, and after his Anthony Joshua fight, I want to see him fight Wilder again. And I also want to see Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight. That's what we all want to see. That's the fight we really want to see.
I want to see that.
That's what we really want to see. Well, because we think that they can they have styles that can mix it up in the ring better, and styles make fights. That's the saying in boxing.
Yeah.
So we really want I would say the grand marquee matchup I want to see is Joshua and Wilder. Joshua need to stop ducking him. Maybe Joshua won't duck him now.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to see. I would like to see Tyson fight Ruiz. I want to see Ruiz fight again. I want to see him fight a formidable opponent. And I definitely want to see Anthony Joshua and Wilder. Yeah. And I wouldn't mind seeing Joshua and Tyson Fury. They'll probably fight in London because they're both that way. So that would work out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. We're gonna close the show. Hey, where can they reach you, Zaccheus?
You can reach me on Facebook, Wayne Zaccheus Backus on Facebook, also on Twitter, Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter, at Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter. Also, you can reach me on Instagram, Zaccheus B73.
Yeah.
Blessed, y'all.
All right. Y'all can reach me at the 5th General on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right. We'll see y'all next time. This was another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth saying peace and God bless. Peace.
Peace.